When the war came, we also had to have our
gas masks.
gas masks. That's right. We used to have those in school. We used to take them, you know. And then every now and again, Miss Dinnicum would say, right, we're going to look at them. She wanted to know that we could get them out and we could put them on. Did that.
And tell me about your dad, because during the war he spent a lot of time in London, didn't he?
I know he was in London all that time, and he used to ring up and, you know. But he was in building and things up there the same way, so...
So what was he doing? Was he repairing war damage, or what was he?
Well, he would have been perhaps advising on repairing things, you know, bombs or houses smacked down and people with nothing to get into or something. But no, Dad wasn't there all the time, but I know that Mum would have been telephoning him and doing that, so...
Your dad was in the Home Guard in Kingsnympton as well, wasn't he?
Oh, he
Can you tell me anything about that?
He was a captain, yeah. He did well. Yes, they used to have them up on the square outside the pub. You know, used to have parades on a Sunday and that. And in fact, well, I haven't got it now, I don't know, but I've got a photograph of everybody in the square when obviously the war was coming to an end, and there must have been some announcement coming. I can't picture what the village feelings must have been like, but when you see them, what a relief it's over. I hate to say it, but I think at that stage I was quite young. Just knew things were going on. Well, I've told you about the man that used to come and have to take the telephones every night.
Tell me what happened there.
Well, there was a camp of soldiers up by Lightly. They were on, I suppose, if you were driving up towards Cholmondeley, and you go up to the left to Lightly, well, their camp was on the right all the time. And they were soldiers who were parked up there. My first memory of it was that I must have been put to bed, but knowing life's not always like that, I must have come down, walked into our front room, you see, and sitting by our telephone, of which there were not that many in those days, was a soldier. And every night a soldier had to come down from their camp, because they didn't have one up there, had to come down and wait for the call to come, which apparently that would tell, he would take back the message as to whether planes were coming from up that way, German ones, and could be coming up this way. I perhaps didn't realise how important it was.
And do you know what they did there? I mean, I'd heard they had lights and guns and were looking out for German planes.
I honestly couldn't tell you that, because Mum wouldn't have got me and wouldn't be telling me about what things